They already want me, him, and all of us to look as terrorists. So.
Who has been saying that you were terrorists?
News. Well, the news are telling. They sometimes, I don't know. Where is it from? It's from America.
Why did I even go there? Why? I thought America is gonna like protect us, our kids. It's gonna be safe for like any reason, but it happened opposite. My kids just, America took my kids away from me.
America took my kids away from me. I thought it was going to be safe in America, but what happened? The opposite. Yeah, opposite, thanks to your children. That was, of course, the mother of the Boston bombing suspects lashing out yesterday, blaming America for the fate of her sons. She's not the only one. She went on to insist that the brothers are innocent of murdering 4 Americans and injuring 200 others last week. And now the debate begins. Is she just a grieving mother, or did she help lead her sons down this path? And is America in need of some introspection in the wake of what happened with her 2 sons? Some suggest the answer to that is yes. Joining me now, Alan Colmes, host of The Alan Colmes Show, and Ben Ferguson, host of The Ben Ferguson Show. All right, so, you know, I think America's going to protect us. It's going to be safe. But it happened opposite. Right. Thanks to your family, it happened opposite for 200 Americans, Ben.
Yeah, not only that, but I laugh at the fact that she acts as if this is America's fault. Russia tipped us off about her sons, apparently the place that she now is in love with, not once but twice. And we also know that she received texts from her son, him talking about the possibility of being an attacker. And this is a woman that I look at and she's saying, blame America. America gave your kids an incredible education, gave them scholarships, gave them food stamps, gave them help and assistance to become great people. What else did she want from America after all of that when her son, our sons, go out and kill people? 14 different limbs are lost because of the actions of her son. And she wants to blame America? By all means, leave this country and never come back. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Alan, she also, of course, notably missing from her remarks was any condolences offered to the victims of the Boston Marathon bombing. And, of course, that makes sense because she thinks it was all made up. She thinks it was paint in the street and not blood. But in any event, this woman's getting a lot of exposure, not just on Fox News, on media channels across the world. And her message is very clear. Blame America. America took my sons away from me. America's what's not safe, not my children.
Well, of course she's getting attention because people are curious about the family. People are curious. Who's the mother? Who's the father? Who are the parents? Who else did these bombers know? But I'm not going to beat up on a grieving mother. This is a woman. No, I'm not.
I don't think it's beating up.
Excuse me, please. This is a woman who is lost one son. She's got a dead son. She's got another son who's either going to be in jail for the rest of his life or be dead with a death penalty. And she probably is in denial, clearly, about what's happened. And she's grieving. This is a mother who's in tremendous grief. She's not responsible for what happened a week ago Monday.
Well, we don't know that.
Since we don't know that, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt as a grieving mother, and I'm not going to sit here and beat up on a woman who's basically lost 2 sons.
Here's why I said really. Let me say. Here's why I said really in response to your comment, because I broke news on this case yesterday after speaking with 2 sources who had been briefed by the FBI, and the FBI, in a classified briefing, revealed that she, the mother, had sent text messages as early as 2011 to a relative living in Russia saying, my son Tamerlan has been radicalized and he's now willing to die for Islam. Did she do anything? Did she do anything to intervene, to stop him? Well, so far the reports have been, Ben, she's the one who started to lead him down that path.
Yeah, and not only that, but you have a mother here. If you think that your son is unstable, most normal mothers that would be actually grieving as just a mother right now would have done everything in their power. And we know the love of a mother, what it can do. We've seen it in so many different scenarios throughout the world. You would do whatever you can to save and help your son, including even calling the authorities so that he doesn't hurt himself or other people. But that's not what she did, and that's what you have to look at. I don't have a lot of sympathy here when she blames America, who literally gave them the American dream, including
her.
an education,
including
and
her. She lived on welfare benefits for years, according to the Massachusetts authorities.
And the place she's pledging allegiance to now is the place that tipped us off, and that's where I see this being an extremist world that she does live in, with no responsibility. She said
she regrets. The parents both say they regret having lived in the United States. I mean, I think us
if that
too.
doesn't sound anti-American,
us too.
I don't know what does.
It's well, I mean, I don't feel anti-American. I regret it too, because I regret it for little 8-year-old Martin Richard. And the other victims that the police tell us these two boys killed. But I want to ask this, because it's not just the grieving mother, Alan, trying to say, look, we need to look at America for this, because she complained about, she talked about how he did fit in. Hold on a second, let me just get it.
Well,
all right, she claims that he did have friends in America. That's what she claims. Her son did have friends. But he came out, posted on his blog, the older one, I have no American friends, I just don't understand them. And then this week in the New York Times, we had an op-ed posted by the UCLA Graduate School of Education dean and professor, respectively, 2 people, saying the events in Boston should prompt Americans to reflect on whether we do an adequate job assimilating immigrants who come here as teenagers.
I think we do an adequate job assimilating immigrants. We're talking about 2 people out of how many who come here on a regular basis and are assimilated into our society. But to refer to what you were talking about just a moment ago, I don't know how, and we don't know yet how involved in her son's life she was, how much she knew. Was she supportive? Did she support the bombing? She believes, I believe this is a woman in grief and denial. And to judge her at this moment, before all the facts are in, and before she gets over the grief of losing her children and can actually speak rationally, I think we're jumping to a bunch of conclusions without having a lot of information.
That's my question, Ben. Where are the condolences for the victims? Where, if she disagrees, where are the condolences?
Her sons are responsible.
What she has said over and over is, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do with my son? Why did they need to kill him? Of course, the reports are that it was her younger son who ran over her older son in a car and killed him.
It's very easy to beat up on this woman because she is the mother of these bombers. But I think we have to draw a line of separation until we have more information about what that relationship was between her and her kids.
Okay, go ahead, Ben.
If your kids are accused of being involved in a crime where people were killed and murdered, and you don't believe the video of the explosion, you don't believe the video of legs literally being gone from people's bodies, and all the amateur footage with the real footage in the world, that she still doesn't believe that, it makes me believe that this is more about her spreading a message of being anti-America, as she's done so well, that's playing all over the world right now, instead of sitting back at any mother, if they know a child is killed that has a heart, a soul, regardless of grief, would say, obviously, I pray for the people hurt. Yeah. I don't think my children did this. She did not do that, and
I just want to
say,
she left this country after having been charged with stealing from Lord & Taylor thousands of dollars worth of dresses. She left, and so I believe there's a warrant out for her arrest. So while the husband's on his way back to the United States to deal with his remaining son's situation, she is not, and I believe if she comes here, she's going to get arrested and then interrogated.
That's a little different issue than bombing people. I'm just
and then I was going to say, and then interrogated about exactly what she knew. And FBI has wanted to talk to her, and I believe has talked to her, so we'll find out more. You guys, thank you both.
Okay.
Thanks.
Growing